Now in our 6th year, this is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey, this is the Ramble, and I'm Alex Bennett, and we're going from now until midnight here from the East Coast of the United States in New York, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, out to Las Vegas, Nevada, where he tries to find work, but there's not a lot. Are the clubs open at all, Stephen Pearl?
It's starting to loosen up a little bit, but not a lot. So, we're just hanging in there.
Yeah. I mean, do they have some clubs that are open? And if they're open, how do they operate them open?
They get an audience in, and they're allowed. The first row is allowed to be 12 feet away from the stage. Now we don't have to wait like 50 feet. So we don't have to. When I do my open with my disappearing grain of sand trick, they can see what I'm doing. And, my big opener. And then
what is your wait a minute?
Finding some gigs in April. So
what is your big opener?
What? Yeah, we got Jokesters, which is opening, and that's
no. You said you have a great opener.
Oh yeah, it's the disappearing grain of sand trick. And when I did that, when the front row was like 1,000 feet from the stage, people didn't quite get it, but now they can see the disappearing grain of sand. Now you can't.
Yeah. Does it get a laugh?
Oh, it brings the house down.
Does it really?
Sure, they love it. They go nuts.
I guess I have to be there. No, it sounds funny. I mean, it's a funny concept.
Grain of sand. It's gone.
Ta-da!
I'm Harry Whodunit.
Why is it whenever we pretend like it's a fanfare, we go, ta-da?
Ta-da! Thank you very much.
There's an old joke I remember about this kid. He and his father and mother were a traveling vaudeville act. And they were known as the Three Joneses, let's just say. And they would get out on stage and they would do the mother would sing and the father would dance and the little kid would come out and dance and do some acrobatics. Okay, so they've been traveling the country for years, right? For a couple of years, and finally, the father said, we should really introduce our kid to religion. Mm-hmm. So the mother says, it sounds like a good idea. He says, there's a Catholic church down the street. Let's just take him down there and just introduce him to religion. Maybe he doesn't want to be religious or not, but he should have the option and he should know it exists. He said, fine. So they go down to the church and they walk in, and in the foyer of this church is this giant Jesus hung on the cross, right? In that typical pose like that, right? And the kid runs up to his dad and says, hey, Dad, look. Ta-da! That was the first ta-da joke I ever heard.
Right there.
Yeah. So the lead-in's better than the joke itself, folks. I'll tell you that right now.
Disappearing grain of sand.
So you had a bad tooth.
I had a bad tooth. I had the tooth pulled. And then my jaw started hurting, like right here in the back there. Real bad. I could barely open my mouth. It's, oh, no, I have lockjaw. Oh, no, it's infected. Oh, no, I'm going to die. I thought I was going to be one of those guys you see in the Inquirer. He lives a normal life without a jaw.
So you went back to the dentist?
Back to the dentist. They looked at the x-rays, said everything's clean.
Yeah.
But your jaw hurts. Take these painkillers. So they gave me painkillers and I went away.
Oh, okay.
Simple, huh?
Yeah, well, nothing like painkillers.
Oh, yeah, they saved my life. They were good.
Yeah. But so you have now a missing tooth back there.
Yeah, I got a lot of missing teeth. There's one loose up here that's going to come out soon, and there's one missing out there, and there's one missing out there.
I have now a total of 3 implants in my mouth.
Hey,
yeah, the latest one is up here, and it went empty for a while. Yeah, and my business manager Gary had the same tooth. Gary. This tooth is always the tooth that goes. I don't know why, but my father was missing a tooth there. Boris Karloff was missing a tooth there.
I don't know what to do. My smile is gone forever.
No, but you want to know? You want a little piece of trivia that you probably never realized. You've seen the movie Frankenstein, and of course you've seen the monster and that terrific makeup by I think it was Wally Westmore. Okay. No, or maybe it wasn't him. Who did the? Well, anyway, the terrific makeup. And do you remember if you ever looked at the monster, there was always a dent right here in his cheek. Do you remember that?
Yep.
Do you know how they got that effect?
The tooth. A tooth.
He had a tooth missing, and he pulled out the fake tooth. That created the indentation and made the monster look more
how about that?
sallow. Yeah.
How about the crack in his head? Where did that come from?
Well, that was all makeup. But it's somehow this tooth. My father had a tooth missing there. Everybody I know misses a tooth is missing this tooth or this tooth. It's like the second tooth from the back on the upper.
Yep.
I don't know why.
It just gotta go.
But that's the one I lost, and my business manager said, "Well, I lost the same one." He says, "I'm not doing anything about it." He says, "Nobody can see it, and I can live with it." But I just found that food was getting stuck in there, and so I said, "Come on, let's go do the implant." Okay, so 8,000 visits later, I've got an implant.
Mm-hmm.
And I still am chewing on this side. I don't know why.
What do you do?
Yeah. So anyway, but that tooth is always the one that goes. I have no idea why.
I don't know. It's an outrage.
Yeah. So you haven't gotten your COVID shot yet.
No.
Because you're afraid that you will turn into a zombie or something?
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Might grow another head or something.
Well, it's the Chinese have all those tracking devices they've put in there. No. No, it's the Jews with lasers that start the forest fires. Did you know about
that's right.
Did you know about that? Yeah. Wow.
Those Jewish lasers will get you every time.
We get blamed for everything, don't we?
Sure.
What do you
have
keep,
a good press agent.
What do you keep moving your hand in front of the phone for?
Because I'm holding the goddamn phone up and my hand hurts.
Oh, I see. What you should.
On the other hand, you get this. It's Palm Sunday. So
What you should do is figure out some way you can pile up some books and then rest it against.
Yeah, I can do that. So, but
not now. Next time we'll do it.
Next time I'll get me a tripod or something.
So, you talk to other comics, right?
I hate them all. No, never.
Oh, okay.
Talk to people who work with plutonium.
But how are they feeling about this? How are they surviving? I mean, none of you guys really are basically.
To move back home, and they left, and but some of them they're just hanging in there. I don't know what they're doing. The clubs are starting to open up again, and they just I don't know. I don't know
did I read that they're opening up the showrooms in the casino?
I think so. There's one opening up tonight, and they're doing it little by little.
Yeah. Because
Brad Garrett's room is opening up again. So.
What room?
Brad Garrett's room, which is a great room. That's a fun room.
Oh, really? Brad Garrett has a room?
Listening. I'm trying to get in there. So, that's a fun room. I think that's opening up again. And,
Where's Brad Garrett's room? It's got to be It's got to be in a hotel, right?
Yeah.
Where?
I think it's the MGM. I'm not sure, though. It's across from the Tropicana.
Yeah.
That's all it's somewhere. I know where the building is. I just don't know what building it is.
Yeah. And you say it's a good club to work.
Oh, it's a great club. I'm trying to get in there. Yeah, they said, call in the summer.
When's the last time that Brad Garrett was there?
He was there, I think, 2 nights ago.
Really?
Yeah, he was there. Some comedian played there and had a picture with Brad backstage. So I guess he said, hey, the boss showed up.
Of course, I say these guys own places, and then when was the last time they were ever in here?
Yeah, like Jimmy Kimmel's place. I don't think he's ever been there, but Brad Garrett is there at his place all the time.
I'm in New Orleans years ago with my girlfriend. We're on our way going to Florida for that horrible time I had to go to Florida. And we stop in New Orleans, and I decide I want to have lunch at Paul Prudhomme's place, which is famous. It's Shade Paul, it was called. And so we go there, and we start having the lunch, and we're oohing and eyeing over every dish that comes along because it's just ambrosia. And finally, she says to the waitress, "Can you? Could I have a menu to keep?" And she said, "Sure. Here's the menu. You can keep it." And and earlier I'd said to her, she said, "I wonder if Paul Prudhomme was here." And I said, "He probably hasn't stepped foot in this place in the last 5 years. Okay, he owns it, but that doesn't mean he has to be."
Yeah.
So she says to her, here's your menu. If you'd like to have it autographed by the chef, he's downstairs in a trailer in the basement." So we figure, what the hell? I don't know who's the chef. We go down, there's this trailer. We walk into the trailer, and who is sitting there mixing up spices but Paul Prudhomme.
How about that?
Yeah. And he signed your menu. But I felt like such a piece of shit because I just moments earlier told her, come on. You know, he probably hasn't been in this place for years.
Yeah.
So when I said to you, Brad Garrett,
on your face.
When was the last time Brad Garrett was in there? And you answered a couple of nights ago. I went, well, there I go again, wrong twice in my life. Yeah.
Sure. Mitzi hasn't been to the Comedy Store in a couple of years. But,
no, but she's dead.
There you go. Good excuse as any.
Who's running the...
I don't know. I think it's running itself, you know. I don't know what's going on there.
It's still open. I mean, it's not open.
Still open.
But it's still available.
Without Mitzi, though, the whole spirit is gone. So that's what I say.
Did they own the building?
Mitzi, I don't know if she owned the property.
What happened? What happened to your voice all of a sudden? We lost your voice. We lost him, folks. Gee. Well, now see, I can't hear you. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. There, he's pushed the wrong button again. Ah, these comics. You know. Okay, now I got your voice. Now give me your picture. No, now we're losing your voice.
Well, I don't know how to get a picture.
Oh, there you are. There you are.
I'm in the same driving mode.
I don't know. I don't have my version. You're using an iPhone, so I don't know.
I don't know what to do.
Isn't there a thing there that says it has a picture of a camera?
Wait a second.
Is there a picture of a camera there? I hate to, sorry, folks, for wasting your time.
How's this?
No. See, there's a picture of a camera somewhere on there. Like,
but that's the pictures. I just pressed it. I can see myself.
Well, we can't see you. Let me see here. Hold on a second. Maybe I might be able to, if I go here, and I tell him to ask to start video. Okay. Oh, there you go. See?
Wait. Start my video. Hello.
Yeah. What did you do? Do you know what you did?
Something I shouldn't have pressed.
I know. Do not touch that screen while we're doing our thing here.
The phone rings, the picture goes off, and the phone rang, and I get all these scam calls. There's nothing I can do.
Hey, listen, this is really great for the ratings here. It's great programming.
Anyone's watching. Come on.
I'll tell you though, it's funny. Anytime something goes wrong on this program technologically, the numbers go up.
There we go. Beautiful.
I don't know why.
Oh, I've been assassinated. Oh.
No, but I don't understand why. And I think people love to see us fail. Where's your cat? Where's your cat? Show us your cat.
It's Muddy. Say hello.
There he is. That's Muddy. He's so black, and he's against a black couch that we can't even see him. How many other cats do you have? Still have one other cat, right?
Yeah. Hey, Muddy.
Yeah, Muddy. And the other one's name is?
Siam and Nishi.
And Nishi. So you got three.
Yeah, I got three. Yeah, Nishi has one eye, and Nishi's a sweetheart.
And then you had. I'm sorry. I'm amazed you didn't name the one-eyed cat Sammy.
Sammy.
Yeah.
I know. He was named way before he lost the eye, so he kept the name.
Yeah. So he lost one eye, and then you had another cat that died, right?
3 cats, 5 eyes. Count them, 5.
No, but didn't you have another cat that died? No.
I had a cat that died.
Then who do I know that had a cat that died recently?
Somebody
I talked to.
Don't ask me.
So how old are these cats?
I don't know. We found them all. Buddy's got some gray hair, so we figured he's 7 or 8 or something like that.
When I said that, I felt like Sammy Davis Jr. for a second. So how old are these cats?
Yeah, these nutty cats, man. I mean it. How sincere are they, man? Are they nutty? Are they cuckoo? Do they mean it, man? Sammy and Company.
Yeah. So you're stuck in the apartment a lot, right?
No, I got friends with cars and stuff, but I like being home.
Do you have a car? Don't you?
Yeah, it's not working right now, so it kind of goes 100 feet, then it starts to smoke. So
Boy, everything in your life hasn't been working lately. Your mouth hasn't been
not really.
working. Your
Teeth,
cars haven't
honestly,
been working. Your cat is
working, but other
you
than that,
you have a
not much.
you have a defective cat. What can we say?
I love it.
I know what we can say. It's time for us to say goodbye.
To all our friends, MICKEYMOU.
Yeah, whatever that is. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Pearl. He's playing at someplace eventually.
Good to be here in your neighborhood.
Bye bye, Stephen.
Hi, Alex. See you later.
Now in our 6th year, this is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Okay, that's Stephen Pearl, and we went a little out of sync there because I did something here that made us go out of sync. What can I say, folks? Out of sync? Out of sight, out of sync. I don't know. Anyway, everything's been going wrong for me tonight here because here's what happens, okay? Now, this is old people stuff. I have neuropathy, okay? And it makes my toes hurt, and it makes my feet hurt, and so on. And so, so he gave me this pill to take, and it's called pregabalin. It's an offshoot of another drug called gabapentin, which is given a lot to people for this sort of thing. And it puts me out. It puts me to sleep. I mean, I go out like a light and pretty much stay asleep for 8 hours, okay? And it also makes the feet feel better and so on. So I took one night before last, all right? And so during the day, I'm kind of a little rocky and I bump into walls and things like that. But by the end of the day, I'm kind of okay. Now, what happened? Last night, I took another one. I said, what the hell? Take one tonight. It'll put me out and, make me feel comfortable and everything. I wake up this morning, and I can't even walk straight. I'm like bumping into walls and everything. And I get to the point where I'm just loopy, just completely loopy. And I don't get it, all right? So I'm loopy, all right? Hi, nice to meet you. No, but I'm loopy, and it's really weird. I mean, it's really strange. And so every time I'm doing something here, like I did something to kind of give me more headroom on my memory here while we were doing that, and then it put us out of sync. Okay, for that video. See, if I play that last video that we played, okay, I think if I start it off now, right, it'll be completely in sync. Watch this here. Ladies and gentlemen, out to Las Vegas, Nevada. You see, it is in sync, and we have no idea what in the world happened to it, okay? So that's what happened there. So that's our... so that's one of my problems tonight. So if we're a little out of sync on that, I apologize. But also, I mean, I didn't get the show started exactly on time. Just now when I was playing the music, it didn't play because I pushed something wrong. In other words, I've got to stop taking this stuff, but I can't stop taking this stuff because it makes me feel better. But the next day, I can't see straight, So it's really weird. Somebody wrote me on my Facebook page, "Are you busy?" Who did that? Are you busy? No, I don't know where that came from, but yes, I am busy. I've been getting a few people who've been like doing stuff with me, which is kind of like, questioning, I have a problem here, don't I? Yes, I'm looking a little grainy. Do you mind if I do things here to try and make things look better? I really would appreciate it. Let me see here. The background. Let me see here. Alex, and then I go to filters, and I want to take this out. Okay, I want to get rid of that. All right? I want to get rid of it. Here, let me get rid of that. Okay? Minus. Yes. Okay. Now... All right, close, and let me see here. Does it look any better? No, it still looks really strange. Okay, let me go to my night anima here and see here what that's all about. cancel that. Excuse me, folks, I just don't like what I'm seeing here. So I do that, and then I go to filters. Huh. Close. That's very strange. That shouldn't be. I know what the problem is. Hold on a second. I'm going to go to this, and I'm going to make something better here. See, people are finding out how I make this magic happen. Okay, here we go. And then I go Logitech Brio, and I want that one, and I want to bring up the brightness. Huh? Is that? No. Wow. This is very strange. I don't know what's happening here. But all I know is, you notice how grainy I am in the background here? It's like, I know what it is. I bet I know what it is. Hold on a second. Let me go to the camera, and then let me go to filters, and then let me go to chroma key. Okay, and let me key color spill, bring this up a little bit. No, 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 no. Oh, wait a minute, I can't tell what's happening here. Hold on. I'm trying to make this better, okay? And I don't know if I'm making it any better. Okay, there we go. There's that. And then we go smoothness. No, maybe a little more of that. No, no, no. There we go. I think there we go. Oh, okay. Let me go to defaults. That's what'll do it. Oh, I see. And then I got to bring the smoothness up. And there we go, folks. Wait a minute. Got to do that so that it's not. Okay, there we go. Close. Okay. Now I bet it's going to look better, okay, than it did look. Let me see here. Does it look better on my screen over here? I go up and down. See? I'm doing a lot of that. And here we go. There. No, can't do that. Got to bring it. I'm still moving it around. I'm trying to get it right. No, that's not right. And there we go. See? All right. That's okay. All right. Now I'm all right. I guess. I'll fix the rest of that tomorrow. Boy, that's weird. That's really weird. Folks, thank you very much for putting up with me. Anyway, I'm so out of it that I've got. See, I was fooling around with all the stuff today, and it didn't come out right. So, you know, this is. Let me just try to make this just a little bit better here. Chroma key. Then we go similarity. What is this? I have no idea. They have all these different things that I can change, you see, here. Oops, see? You see, I do that, but I've got a little problem there. Okay, now I'm fine. And let me see here. And then I go smoothness. I've got it. That's all. It looks okay, doesn't it? Huh? Okay. All right. Close. We'll figure it out later. Anyway, I'm going to go to our panel here. Let them do the talking tonight. But I just at least you can see how I do stuff. I have this chroma key in back of me. This is not, this is, if I were to turn that off, you would see. Let me just show you, just so you can see. This is what you would see if I didn't have the chroma key on. What you would see is, okay, this. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Got to move that over. Got to have room here. Okay, see, that's what you would see. And then what we do is we take a video and put it in back of me, and everything that's green suddenly isn't green anymore, and we got that background. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Well, I think I got everything working pretty well here. So I'm not gonna fool around with it anymore. But you see here, okay? All right, time to go to our panel. Let's admit them all. Here are a bunch of them, at least in the beginning, who are about to appear. Okay, there we go. All righty, all righty, all righty. All righty. Hello, everybody. How are you this evening?
Good. How are you doing?
Yeah, just trying to solve my technical problems here on the
Yeah?
show. Yeah, which the audience, I'm sure, finds interesting. You know,
Well, you look okay. You sound okay.
huh?
Yep.
I sound okay. Yeah, I'm out of it today.
Yeah.
So it's up to you guys to keep the conversation going. Okay, I'll leave and see you later. But anyway, no, I was here all day trying to reset stuff, and then all of a sudden I looked and I didn't reset something very well, but I did now, so I'm happy with it.
Good. It's working. I mean, your most important people of the day are here.
Yes, they are. They are.
You know.
Let me see, and Jeff Stein's here as well. So is Alan, and so is Charlie Wallace.
Yep.
But there's some other regulars that aren't here. Like Brian isn't here, and Robert isn't here, and well, they weren't around for my technical lesson of what we do to get things looking good here. So, anyway,
Boy, I don't know what's with my lighting today. This side of my face is all like washed out.
I see. Okay, yes, Charlie Wallace. Boy, isn't
Yeah,
isn't this an interesting show, folks? Yeah, what, Charlie?
So speaking of technical, I spent all day today trying to get my internet problems fixed. I had to trade out my whole Wi-Fi router.
Mm-hmm.
And
Finally get it to work. So,
Really?
yeah. Apparently, that cold spell last February burnt something out in my old router.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I noticed that I was having all this problem since that happened. Once we got the electricity back on after that happened, that's when I started having all my internet problems.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Wow. Let me see. I'm trying to now adjust my levels here so I'm not that bright. Okay. You know, everybody has brightness
Here's my
problems.
video.
Huh?
Touch it.
Yeah, you just turn I'm turning the brightness down. Why?
Alan, do you have a new light on, or is that why you're so bright?
No, I don't. It's just weird.
Oh,
I'm just all washed out on this side, huh?
it's very bright, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. I'm in the things trying to figure out what's
Well, congratulations on joining those of us who are washed out.
oh, that didn't work.
Hey, that's Robert.
Yeah.
Sorry I'm late. I was listening earlier and I dozed off.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, right. Due to technical difficulties, folks, you know,
Yeah, no,
it's
hey, at least I'm not yelling today. I got that right.
yeah.
Jeff, you're muted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
No, you're,
Yeah.
you're fine. You're fine.
No, I'm not. Did you guys know that I used to have tubes on the TV?
Oh,
and they
yeah.
had to be fixed, and you had to go to the store to get another tube.
Yeah.
No, you're talking about
doing that when I was a kid. Yeah.
You're talking about the vacuum tubes
Yeah.
in the back of the TV set. Yeah, and you would.
But you know what? They're a lot simpler than the computer crap
well,
all
Yeah, because you could look in the back and you could see which tube was out
That's right.
because it would be black.
well, you looked at what tube wasn't on, right?
You can pull it out.
You
and
pull it
stick
out, and you
And
go
then
down
get-
to the
put another one in.
store, and you had a little machine they could put it in to make sure it
Right.
was bad, and then you
Yeah.
went
Put it
over it
bad
and
or-
said, "Oh, give me C478," and then you would go back home, and if you didn't electrocute yourself in the process, because there was a lot of electricity back
Yeah.
there. You put the tube in the. Do you people remember any of this, or do we really seem
Yeah.
like a bunch of
Yes.
old
I do.
farts?
Oh yeah.
I did it a lot when I was a kid.
I remember the repairman dude that used to bring a mirror so that he could sit behind the television and
Yes.
put the mirror in front of the television so
Yeah.
he could see how he was doing.
Oh, because he was trying to adjust the picture
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the tilt and stuff like that and what they call the yoke or whatever were inside the set. So you had to
Yeah.
be able to see the front so you could adjust it. Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
don't
the
know.
rabbit ears to get the pictures just
What
right.
happens when your TV set breaks now? You just throw it out and get a new
Yeah,
one.
get a new one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know.
So
Also,
the-
I was the remote control in my house.
Yeah.
My father would say, "Get up and put on channel 4." You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not I don't know what's going on with this thing. Now I'm red, like Alex, not as red as Alex. But I look at Robert and I look at Trucker Steve, and they're washed out on us. Who the hell knows? I don't know.
Well, I could adjust myself here and get myself a little less red. Let's just spend the whole night adjusting ourselves. I think that's a.
I'm going to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll let you know when we're done here.
No,
You know what we need on this show?
what?
What we need is one of those films they show at the drive-in for intermission. Let's go out to the lobby. You know, like.
Yeah.
This way we can make technical adjustments, you know, and everybody can get up and get popcorn.
Okay, but now I got rid of the redness. Okay.
Thank you.
Not me. I'm red. I'm still washed out over here in red.
I mean,
It's better though. It's not as bad.
okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do.
Steve, you got any problem with your picture?
I got a crappy internet signal. You guys are freezing up.
You must have. Charlie must have mailed you his router.
Yeah, you must have got my old router.
Pictures.
Yeah, we're going to goof on poor Steve now. That isn't nice.
No, that's not nice. That's not
His
nice.
signal is a Canadian version.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in California.
Dr. Doom, you weren't here on time. Were you? Did you give your report tonight?
No, I didn't give it yet.
Oh, Doctor. Oh, I'm sorry, because I
Mm-hmm.
see. I thought you did, and that's the kind of loopiness I have going for me tonight.
Don't worry, we're here to help
And by
you.
the way, nobody's listening, so I'm not having problems tonight because nobody's going to be able to see it or hear it. You know.
Yeah. Well, we lost another 1,078 Americans today.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it going up?
Yeah, and yes, and infections are going up. We had 78,000 new infections today.
Oh wow, wow. That's
We're going to be back up to 100,000 at this rate.
Lights the same.
My granddaughter, who was sick about a week ago, feels fine now today.
Oh,
Good.
good.
Oh, all right,
After COVID. Yeah.
good. And how old was she?
She was 13
How
and
old?
she still is.
Yeah, well, they kind of get it, and then they're sick. Was she really sick? I mean, was she heavily sick? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For, 3-4 days, something like that.
Really?
3
Trouble
days.
is, if any one of us got COVID, it would be the end.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's why I.
And she's an athlete. She's in great shape. So, I don't know.
Good.
That doesn't seem to mean much, though. It has more to go in her favor is her youth and not her age.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, probably.
I mean, you know, at our age, we are subject to a lot of stuff. Oh, there we go. Now we're down to 4 other people besides me.
Oh, we lost Steve.
Yeah, we lost Steve. Lost Trucker Steve. I
Sorry.
think here he
You fell
comes back
asleep
again. Here he comes back again. Okay, let's see what happens. He's on the road, folks, in case you don't pay attention to this program, which I don't blame you if you don't. Let me see here. Is Trucker Steve coming back? Can you hear us, Steve? Yeah, there's something wrong there. Anyway, other people, you can call too, you know. We don't just... boy, am I out of it. You guys talk. I swear to you, this drug, I did it one night, and that was fine. Second night, I have a low half-life. Things don't leave my body fast enough. So the second one worked on top of the old one, and I'm like, you know. Duh. You know.
I don't know why I'm so washed out. Oh, well.
No, you're not washed out.
Over here,
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No, you're a lot. Yeah, you're a lot
You're a
better
little
now.
brighter on that
Okay.
side, but there's probably a light over there.
There is a light over there,
Yeah,
but there's
yeah.
been the same damn light ever since. Oh, well, whatever. It doesn't matter.
I suggest you go a little heavier on the foundation.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I've been having
Robert,
this.
Your light must be over here too.
I've been
because
having this.
You're,
It is.
You're washed out on that side too.
I've been having this rash up here.
Mm.
You're
And
telling us about it.
yeah,
How's that doing?
well, I don't know. How is it doing? It's still there. Yeah, it's still there. The redness. So I'm going to a dermatologist on Wednesday to have him look at it and see what I can take to make it go away. Because it kind of looks ugly. Yeah. I mean, you guys don't notice it, but I do.
No.
Dermatologist visits are a little like going to the dentist. You go there complaining of one thing and they find 3 other things.
Now, let's see here.
It's the truth.
This is John Meredshaw. I have no idea who this is.
Larkin.
He's in the chat room a lot.
Is he really? Let me see here. Hello there. Hi there. What's your name? I can't. What is your name? I can't quite get it straight.
John Redshaw.
John Redshaw. Oh.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hello, John.
How you doing, Alex? I haven't talked to you in 42 years.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, then I guess
He looks the same.
it's about fucking time. Okay.
Yeah, Jesus.
Do you know I've been doing this show every night now here for something like we're going on 7 years. All right. And then before that, I was Sirius XM for about 9 years, and then before that, I was in San Francisco for about 11 years. And so where did you first hear me?
New York.
WPLJ.
WPLJ. And all that time, every night, as I went on the air and looked at the people who were calling, I said, what the hell happened to John Redshaw?
Well, actually, I did talk to you.
Huh? I know.
After you left WPLJ, you went to another station.
I went to...
I called you up once then.
I went to WPIX, I think.
Could have been that. I'm not sure. I thought it was an AM station, but...
Oh, well, I may have gone over and done... Did I do something at... no, WOR I didn't do till I went to Sirius XM.
You were on a station. This is what I remember.
Obviously, I was on a station. You had a hard time broadcasting in those days without a station.
What I remember is that you talked about a new film that you really liked, and you called it Star Wars.
Well, that would be 1977.
77.
I guess maybe I was at WPLJ, and then I left PLJ in 77, at the end of 77, around there. And then I did go over and do a short stint at WPIX FM.
That's probably what it was. I don't remember, but I do remember I spoke to you once on that station.
Right. Yeah. Well,
I have a little bit of a walk down memory lane, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure. Go right ahead.
Okay. 2 comedy albums that I associate you with. Okay, and the first one is this one.
I know that one well. That is National Lampoon's Radio Dinner. Is that the double album where it opens up? Show them the inside. Yeah, show them the inside.
Okay.
Yeah, move it up a little bit to your camera there. There we go.
That's you.
That's me and my ex-girlfriend, my girlfriend at the time, Naomi R. Page.
Which is which, though?
Oh, shut up. And that was an album that the National Lampoon did. It was their first record album, actually. And I did a lot of stuff for them, but only a little bit of it ever got onto the album.
I forgot that I had that album, and I listened to Life in the Passing Lane, and you mentioned the album, and I realized I have that album, and I remember that I bought it because you were on it.
Yeah.
The second album is an album that you may remember was done live.
Done live.
Earl Dowd, Vaughn Meader, and the other person was Julie Newmar.
Yeah, but I wasn't on that.
You weren't on it?
No.
It was a live audience situation, I remember. Do you remember the name of the album? Because I don't remember.
God, I don't know. Maybe I was on something like that, but I don't remember ever doing anything with Vaughn Meader. I remember I was good friends with Earl Dowd, and I did a lot of... He was the guy who produced the first Family album, became very famous for it. And does everybody remember the first Family album by Kennedy? Yeah, that was done by a guy by the name of Earl Dowd. And I became very good friends with Earl. And Earl used me on a lot of stuff that he did, but I don't think he ever used me on any one of his albums.
Was it Earl who had the kinkajou?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
He had a
that.
kinkajou. That was the most exotic pet I've ever had a friend own.
Oh, I thought he was talking about you.
It's a South American honey bear.
Ooh,
And
honey bear don't care.
yeah, and
Honey bear.
he owned this. It was called Winnie. I think he called him Winnie. Yeah, yeah, it was the name of the kinkajou.
My signal mustn't be good. Did you say kinky Jew?
I knew you were going to say that because we used to make jokes about that with the kinkajou. Hey, look, the kinky Jew. Yeah. But the kinkajou was a real problem. And Earl would have parties at this big. He used to have a big townhouse here in New York at one time, before he lost all his money. And he had this balcony, he had this like stairwell, and it went up to a balcony, okay, that looked down on whatever these massive parties were he was holding. And the kinkajou would sit on the banister and shit on all the people below.
Oh.
Because this animal was the most shitting animal you've ever seen in your life, okay? And the shit smelled horrible. And he had this thing for the longest time. I'm going, why do you have this? We didn't know from having exotic pets back then that was not a good idea, you know. So
I don't know. A friend of mine had a gibbon. It's like a monkey.
mm-hmm.
The thing, if it wasn't tearing something up, it was shitting, and the whole house would smell. You know, it was horrible.
Sounds like my kids.
So
They're not tearing shit up.
so John used to listen to me every night, huh?
Yeah, every night.
Boy,
No.
how did I fuck you up?
You were my political influencer. You
That's how I fucked you up.
and
Yeah.
comedic influencer as well. You know?
Well, did you have your politics stayed pretty much the same over the years?
Yeah.
I did a good job on you.
Yeah. Well, I didn't just listen to you. I listened to BAI and
Yeah. Okay.
podcasts and
Yeah.
He lives in New York. He's not going to change.
no.
I know New Yorkers who have changed. I know some who have been, become assholes
week.
politically. Well, it's good to see you after all these years.
I'm the one, by the way, who sent you the tape 3 years ago.
Of what? Of myself at PLJ?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
thank you.
1974 tape. I remember I said
Oh, yes,
I found it on a
yes.
8-track tape I found in my closet.
Thank you so much.
You're
I found that during the what we're doing here, which is the internet, that I can go on the internet and pretty well find my whole career. Somebody somewhere, has it.
I even found your
So
last.
you have an 8-track player? It's kind of old.
I even found you last night on WMCA on some compilation. Somebody had a little clip of it.
Oh, really? I see.
Alex, did you say in '74 it was on an 8-track?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
you would need to have an 8-track player to listen to it, I assume.
Well, what I did was, I pulled it out of the closet and had somebody transfer it.
Convert it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
was
but-
wondering what was on it. All I saw was Alex Bennett or
Well,
something.
there are a lot of moments that I never had because I didn't think in those days you could make recordings of stuff, but they were on big 11.5-inch reels, okay?
Yeah.
And that was an hour's worth, okay? So if
Yeah.
I did 3 hours in a night, there were 3 of these reels this size. And so if I were to save everything, I would have had to have a warehouse.
Yep.
Today, I've got a computer over here with, hundreds of hours of stuff. All right, maybe 1,000 hours of stuff. But in those days, it wasn't very. So you only recorded what you felt was worth recording while it was happening. And so I lost a lot of stuff. I mean, if I could go back in a time machine and somehow pick out of the air the signal and re-record it, I would have some fascinating stuff. I mean, I would love to have my interview with Iggy Pop that I did at WMCA. I don't know if anybody has it, but if you have it, I would love to have it. Again, that was a case of an interview which I wish I had, only because it was the worst interview that I ever did. In which, for a whole hour, every question I would ask Iggy Pop, he would just grunt. So how are you today? And he grunted for like 45 minutes. All right? And I'm playing along with it, as I figure at the very least it's so boring that people are going to be talking about this the next day. Did you hear him? And I went, okay, fine, good, that's terrific. And then finally, at the end of the hour, it was about 45 minutes, I said to him, can you do anything else but grunt? And he belched. And that was the whole interview.
Wow.
Yeah.
Multi-talented guy.
No
Very
kidding.
multitasking. Yeah. So that was the sum total of that.
If he's still alive, he's probably a Trump supporter.
Who?
The grunter and groaner.
Oh, that was Iggy Pop. Far be it from him to be that. Well, he's dead now, I think.
I have no idea who that is.
Speaking of Trump supporters, what's
Yeah.
going on with Matt Gaetz?
He's toast.
Well, I hear he does a lot of traveling.
I want to see the pictures. They said that he kept showing people pictures, like showing off to these guys. I'd love to see this.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, they're not underage, and they're going to look like they're 12.
What a maroon.
Having a bad
Well,
day.
there used to be a law, and I don't know if it exists any longer. This was the one they got Chuck Berry on years ago, called the Mann Act, which is it was against the law to transport women across state lines for immoral purposes. And that then bred the worst pun joke I ever heard in my life, which was all about this island that had these porpoises going around it, and they were very magnificent porpoises, and it was called the Island of the Immortal Porpoises. And so you know what's coming, right? Because I set the whole thing up. So you go through this whole story about how this guy goes onto the island, and all of a sudden there's a big lion in the middle of the path. And there's no way to get around it because there's all this jungle on either side of him. So he's got it. The lion's asleep, so he tiptoes across the line and walks over the line. And as he's running away, he's grabbed by the neck by somebody, and he turns around, and it's a cop. And he says, "What are you doing here? And why are you stopping me?" He says, "You're being arrested." He said, "For what?" He said, "For transporting." I forgot one of the parts of the joke. Oh, my God.
You forgot the young gulls.
Yeah, it took a gull and had it under his arm and walked across the line, and then I've got you for taking a gull across a stately line for mortal porpoises. I don't know. Forget it.
Yeah.
But
Shaggy dog joke.
No, it was a pun.
Yeah, well.
Taking a gull across a stately line for immortal porpoises.
Okay, so tell us, Alex, is that a true story?
You know something? If I'd known I was going to tell that story tonight, I would have sat down and tried to reconstruct it.
That's why you weren't a comedian.
And still isn't.
Well,
that was a great joke. I remember that joke from high school.
I actually heard it too a long time ago,
Yeah.
but I didn't,
But I think maybe what they got him on was the Mann Act, basically.
Yeah.
Didn't they get Jerry Lee Lewis on that as well?
No. Jerry Lee Lewis, they didn't get him on anything because he married the minor he was fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That
was his
it
wife.
all right.
Who happened to be who happened to be his cousin.
Yeah.
Do I have to tell that story again?
Yeah.
Oh, no. But too wrong.
Are you all familiar with the story I told about Jerry Lee Lewis and yeah? But anyway, And the audience is going, we never heard it. Well, you know, these guys all have. So chances are, if you haven't heard it, fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, that's on West Virginia's license plates, right? 20 million people, 8 last names. Isn't that their motto?
Oh, that's great. That's
Well,
good.
well, he
I
married
remember
his
that.
cousin, and it wasn't like a third or fourth or fifth cousin. It was like a first cousin.
Wow.
And,
So-
huh?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was going to say, you know what the Mann Act was?
What was it?
Yeah, it was the White Slave Traffic Act,
Mm-hmm.
also called the Mann Act. United States federal law passed June 25th, 1910, named after Congressman James Robert Mann of Illinois. What a racist thing to say. I mean, it's okay to take black women and Latino women across, but not white women.
Across state lines.
Yeah, I think we ought to ask them to erase that too, the government.
For immortal purposes.
Oh, well, that's so stupid. But,
Yeah.
you know, it's the times, you know,
Yeah.
in 1910.
Yeah, right.
Things become anachronistic quite quickly.
Absolutely.
They do. They do. You know, but does it still exist? No.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
It still
It said
exists.
it's still in existence. I looked, it was on Wikipedia.
Yeah, I mean, and what was white slavery? It was okay to take black women across state lines to.
That's what I say. I mean, it said white women slavery was the
Well,
Mann
no,
Act.
it didn't say white women. It was white slavery. They called it.
I thought
So I guess you know what that was to
White,
differentiate.
white slave traffic
This
act.
way they could sell black slaves to and fro.
No, but
Yeah.
no. What I'm saying is it was to distinguish from black slavery.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why I said it's very racist. They didn't realize it was so racist.
Wow.
You know, I was thinking that one of the things you could add to your list, Robert, to ask us is, have you ever been in the bathroom and made a toilet overflow while you were sitting on there or in there?
Everybody's
Never.
made a toilet
No,
overflow. I've got one that does it as a hobby here. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's anything stuck in there, but every now and then, if I do an especially big duty, that it sometimes will back up on me. I got to get in there with a plunger, and I'm going like a madman to loosen it up. So,
Oh, I hate when you do that and it sprays back. In
by
your
the way,
face.
that's enough reason for people to listen to this program. Is just the discussion of this.
I don't feel particularly well.
We were having a big party at my house, and a small group of my friends got there first. And one guy plugged the toilet. He called the plumber quick. 1 hour, got the guy there. $85. He unplugged it and took off.
Now, have you
before
ever done that at somebody else's home besides your own?
yeah.
That's when
Oh,
it's
yeah, no,
embarrassing, and especially if what you have deposited in the toilet overflows with it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did I
say
claim you were in
did
the
I s-
other room?
Did I say that nicely enough so people won't get sick of
Sure.
what I just
Sure. Yeah. With class and,
Not
and
throwing up.
taste.
Robert didn't get sick. We're okay.
Yeah.
No.
said? Yeah. So I mean, so Robert, is this how you remember it? No, it looks like you've been listening to this, haven't you, for quite a while? Because they say they've seen you in the chat
John.
room.
John, yeah.
Don.
Me,
John,
yes.
John,
uh,
Don or John?
especially during this year.
Yeah.
This year of COVID, I mean, it's. I used to go to sleep early and stuff because I had to get up to work the next morning.
Mhm.
But I was laid off a year ago, so now here I am.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
guys are like, you know, like a COVID support group.
But do you live here in New York still?
Yeah, I do. I live in Long Island.
In Long Island. Okay.
I'm sort of like in the same situation that Tony is in. I had a dad. He passed away a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still taking care of the house.
Oh, okay. All right.
For those of you in California, it's pronounced Long Island.
Yes.
Long Island.
Long Island.
Long Island. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
With a G.
You're welcome. We're here to provide a public
Long
service.
Island.
Yeah, Long Island.
Yeah.
Long Island.
So what kind of work did you do?
I worked for a nonprofit. I was doing customer service, office work, sort of.
can I ask you a question then? You got laid off. Why? Because they didn't have enough business or whatever?
Don't make it too much money.
They're making too much money.
They laid off, they laid off everybody.
Oh,
They
really?
laid off everybody, and they only rehired certain people. I didn't get rehired.
Well, I guess I was going to say, well, a nonprofit isn't supposed to make a profit, so how do you know it's time to fire people because you can't afford them any longer? You know?
When you start taking a loss.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how have you survived in the given? Obviously, you haven't survived with the government handouts that we've gotten.
Oh,
I had savings.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah. So I've been working off of savings. And,
You said that past tense.
yeah.
Yes.
What,
Says the
what
teacher.
kind of work did you do there?
I was answering phones, calling people up originally
Mhm.
to ask them for contributions. And after that, I was answering phones, customer service, people calling up, wondering, where are you? How can I get in touch with you? So
Yeah.
Did you like that?
it was a paycheck. It was,
Mhm.
is anybody offering me a job?
Well, it just so happens that my wife and her friend have a small startup nonprofit company.
Mhm.
And, I always say that they need somebody else to make the calls once in a while. too.
It's a short drive from Long Island.
You don't have to
Island.
drive there, knucklehead.
Right? It's only into Connecticut.
Haven't you
They have-
heard? This is
they
the
have
day and age
telephones
where you
now.
can work. Where you,
Oh,
Drive there to call people from
you
there.
can work from home.
If you need a job, we're always looking for sign makers around here.
That's right.
Yeah, do you have a printer?
Yes, I
yeah,
do.
really.
What kind of
More
font do you like?
humor.
Yeah, that's right.
Interview. What kind of fonts do you like? What size font do you like?
This
Well,
is
come on now, you
pivotal.
just ruined tonight's question from Robert. He was planning on asking, "What's your favorite font?"
Favorite font.
Is that okay?
Sans serif or serif?
I
16
like sans serif. To be honest with you, I like things. I don't like things that are ornate like a serif font. And the one I don't like using because everybody wants to use it because is Comic MS. I don't like Comic, so just my opinion.
I'll jot that down.
Yeah.
I have a friend who has a phone and nothing but comic. I look at it and said, throw this out.
Yeah, right, exactly. Well, what font are you using there? You aren't using any font, are you? Those are handmade signs you have. The ones,
Listen,
the ones,
handcrafted.
the ones that
Crafted.
our good friend Charlie has. Well, Charlie, what font are you using? What font is that? That looks like
I don't know.
It
It was just a nice and clear one, so
That's a
everybody
very
could
good
read it, that's
font.
all.
Yeah, that's a
mean,
great
what's
font.
wrong
And me too.
Yeah, that's maybe
What's
my.
wrong with my font? It's visible.
No, see now that's a serif font. I don't
Yeah.
like that.
Oh,
I don't like that.
Fuck Serif font.
yeah, really.
I drew my own and then I threw them away.
My writing's too bad. You wouldn't be able to read them. Neither would
Oh
I.
yeah. Same here. Yeah, Robert, you have nice writing.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
If you-
absolutely.
If you pay close attention, it's all cockeyed, like it goes up or down.
That's okay. You're right like a teacher.
Well, yeah. Actually, they say if you write up, you're an optimist.
Really? That's a sans
Left
serif.
handed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I don't know what that is.
Not that again.
All right, enough of that.
Well,
Come
you
on.
were going to
Hey,
do 'em
listen, guys, shape up. We got somebody here who hasn't talked to me
Yeah.
in like.
We have a guest. Yeah,
let's-
we're losing guests. Every time we have a guest one night, they never come back.
They never
Yeah.
scare
1970.
the hell out of them.
1970.
John, what are we doing wrong?
Wait a minute.
You only have too
1977.
many signs.
So 1977 is how many years ago? 53 years ago?
40,
No.
44.
I started-
44.
44 years ago. Okay.
You were
Don't
close.
push it. I
So I haven't-
graduated high school.
I
in
haven't talked to
70.
this guy in 44 years, and if he listened to
Yeah,
me every
I'm a
night, he
fan.
must have kind of respected me on some level.
Or not.
And now
Okay, everybody shut up and let them talk for a while to catch up.
They were doing that before you got on the show, Ryan.
Oh, me talk a lot?
Not you. They were catching
Well,
up.
wait a minute. What's the
Oh.
sign you have there? Wait a minute. You have to move it closer. We can't see it because it's-
Gabnet.
Wait a minute. Up. Oh, Gabnet.
Oh, Gabnet. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a brown noser.
Yeah, only I had a copy.
I
Something.
was thinking of getting Gabnet T-shirts made for all of us.
Then you came to your senses.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, save the 10 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a lot more than that, custom shirts. But
I know.
Yeah.
I think it would have been cute.
I don't know what we're doing tonight, but the number of people listening is pretty good.
They were all here to hear John.
That's
Well,
right.
Don,
They
friends.
probably enjoyed my technical thing at the beginning, trying to get
Oh,
my
God,
picture
no.
right, and then they like now if we could only get something like technically to screw up, the numbers just go crazy.
I wonder if the numbers would be better if you weren't on the show, Alex,
I think so. I think so.
or if I wasn't on the show.
There's all that talk about Jews earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking about kinky Jews. Those anti-Semites on that show.
Use that, Brian. They were talking about kinky Jews.
Yeah. By the way, last night I was assailing these people who trolls who post stuff on my Facebook page that just it drives me crazy, and it drives me crazy only because I make a little joke and all of a sudden it's like, how can you say that? Andrew Cuomo is a rapist, and things like that. And I'm going, what? I made a joke here. And it was just a lame joke about the fact that, well, I don't care what he's done, what they allege he's done. I don't care. He made pot legal in New York. Now that's a joke, right?
Right.
Yeah, I realize that.
People are writing, yeah, you're defending a rapist? What? That's not what I said. So last night I go on and I say anybody who does anything like that, fuck you. I just, I don't need you on my page. So I lost about 3 followers last night. All of a sudden I go there where I normally have 5,000. I had 4,970.
Yeah, I'm gonna unfriend somebody for a comment like that.
Well, I've had people unfriend me because I posted something that they didn't agree with.
Oh well.
Good.
Yeah, you didn't need them anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking of doing is I don't want to close off my Facebook page, because if I do, I then start from scratch, if I want to do it again. And so what I'm thinking of doing is just not posting anything there. Just letting it stay as it is and not post anything there, including the shows and whatever. If you want to get the shows, you got to go to gabnet.net, or you got to go to YouTube to get them, or whatever, or listen on.
But it's funny because what you said, you've been saying every night about the alleged. You're not gone to jury yet, or anybody's been on a lie detector or nothing. So when all those people hear that and they start blasting, they don't even listen to the show. Fuck them.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
The thing that would really push somebody over the wall would be when you they didn't hear the story how he gave you a blowjob.
Who? Andrew Cuomo?
Yeah, Cuomo.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh yeah, we had a good time. He gave me a blowjob."
Yeah.
Joking
Well,
around.
no. He gave me a blowjob, and I ever since have been so mentally distraught over it.
Oh yeah, we can see that.
Yeah.
And you're not going to vote for him again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, really.
Evan and John Larkin, we have a guest, so be nice because no guests have been returning. So
Yeah, we want guests to return. Promise us you will return. Is it Bob? Did you say?
John.
John. Yeah, John. Somebody here said it was Bob. John.
You called me JR instead of John because we have Larkin with us. So
Yeah, or JR. Yeah, JR. you got to promise us you'll call again.
Well,
I mean, I don't want
22
if
years.
you if you're
3
planning on
years.
making this another like 33 years or whatever. I'm sorry, you're going to have a hard time getting a hold of me.
well, last time was because you had a screener.
I had a screener, yeah.
And
I
who
did.
wouldn't-
Oh, I thought he said swinger.
Let me ask you a question. How old are you now, if you don't mind me asking?
65. I just turned
65. Okay. Yeah, that's about right. You would have been about 15 or 16 listening to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
God.
I remember you using the term youth guru. You weren't my guru, but
Well,
you know.
I wasn't using the term. The newspapers were.
Yeah.
The press
Oh,
was
yeah.
referring to me as a youth guru.
Youth guru.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the first time I ever saw you was on a billboard leaving or coming into San Francisco. This
Yeah.
huge thing, the size of my house or something.
It was
you
the
know?
side of a building.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah.
That's the first time I recall. And I thought, who the hell's this guy? You know?
Yeah.
I'll give you a flashback. You used to close every program by saying namaste.
Yeah. Yeah. I did that. That was
Yeah,
my
you-
sign off for
one of
years,
those-
actually.
Yeah.
One of those posters, you were like hanging on to another DJ McGovern or something like that.
Oh, that's Terry McGovern. Yeah.
Terry
That was a
McGovern.
cover of a Sunday supplement in the Chronicle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 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 I have that picture here somewhere. I could probably show it to you, but I don't want to bore you with that. In fact, that picture was, I think, used on my Facebook page for a while, you know, where over on the side they say things like, oh, hey, it's there right now. Go over to my Facebook page, right? And go under add hobbies. There are a bunch of pictures there. And one of them says Life in the Passing Lane, and then you got, it says Radio Wars, and that's the...
Not only am I
Yeah,
washed
here,
out,
let
but I
me-
can't get on YouTube. now.
let me see if I can show the audience here. If I have this, here we go. All righty, let me see here. That's what he's talking about, folks.
Can't see anything.
It's Terry McGovern. I know you can't see it unless you go online, and it's Terry McGovern, and that's me. So, you know,
Oh yeah. I'm online. I'm on YouTube live chat.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I
can't
remember
see-
that.
yeah,
I remember
I
that.
can't
yeah.
see. Oh, there it is. Yes. That Brian's so clever.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's when
That's kind of one of the first times I equate knowing who you were.
that's when I used to be a
Sure,
big.
dude.
That's when I used to be a big shot.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Live
Yeah.
105 days.
Hmm.
Live 105 days, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't have a heart attack. He did.
Oh, Terry McGovern did have a heart attack, didn't he?
Yeah, about a year ago.
Really?
You survive it?
Yeah, he's actually got a 1 hour show. I think one of the little stations up in Marin right now. He just started a couple months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that was Terry and I. It was they said they're radio
Doing
wars.
theater up there or something now.
Yeah.
Wow. That's the first memory I have of seeing Alex. Was on a billboard. Each of them had a hold of their collars, each
Well,
other's collars.
Terry
He was on buses.
Terry is
Or
famous.
something like that, yeah.
Terry is famous for one famous movie line. Anybody know?
I'd buy that for
I can't
$1.
remember it though.
Nope.
I can't remember it.
I'd buy that for
Okay.
$1.
Here it is. You ready? These aren't the droids we want.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
You remember in Star Wars where Obi-Wan Kenobi, they go into town
Yeah.
and they go,
Yeah.
are these droids, blah, 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 blah. And then he kind of mentally, zaps them and he goes, no, these are not the droids you want. And then one of them goes, these are not the droids we want. That's Terry. He also is famous for one other thing, which most people don't know, is that he came up with the name of one of the characters in Star Wars. He was a friend of George Lucas's, and they were driving along in the back roads of Marin one day, and all of a sudden, the car goes into in those days we had a lot of potholes up there, okay, and he went up there. and they hit a pothole, and Lucas says, "What the fuck was that?" And his answer was, "I think it was a Wookiee." He'd made up the word on the spot just as a joke. You know, I think it was a Wookiee. And Lucas remembered that, and when he was writing Star Wars, he named the big woolly thing a Wookiee. You know, so that's how that name came to be. So that, you know, he's pretty famous for having added to the iconic factor of the '70s more than anything else. But
maybe they're, well, you know, Kevin was saying that he's got a show. Maybe it's the same time as your show, and that's why you don't have anybody on your show.
Well, I don't know. He couldn't beat me in the ratings in those days, and I don't think he can now.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Or maybe he can now, you know, because if I'm being beaten by some little girl with her makeup tips on YouTube.
He's like Sundays from 11 to 12 in the morning or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, plus, he doesn't have some guy that calls 42 years later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right?
That's patience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know what happened to Alex in the 90s or 80s.
Well, because I wound up in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I was more famous in San Francisco than I ever was here. I mean, I was pretty famous here. But San Francisco is where I made a lot of money and was quite well known. Well, ask a couple of people here. Ask Kevin and ask Brian. Ask Alan. You know, these are people who heard me back in the day. I think John Larkin, did you hear me back then?
Yeah, of course. I used to go to the show over on 9th Street.
Yeah.
I Googled your name one day in the year 2000 and found out that you were doing well. I said, yeah.
2000? I wasn't doing well in 2000.
Well, just before. I guess it was old sites and stuff.
Yeah.
Talked about your career.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because what happens is you do a show in two different places, like New York, and then where I was, I think, fairly popular here, wasn't I, John?
Yeah.
And then I move out of town and I go to San Francisco. Well, in those days, because there was really no syndication or anything like that, you did a show in New York. You were popular in New York. You were popular with New York people, but nobody in Philadelphia ever heard of you. You know, and then I moved to California, and there I could almost rechange what I was doing and revamp the whole show and my whole philosophy of operating, and reinvent myself. And all of a sudden, I'm like this big radio person in San Francisco. So there are people here who like. John, who know me from New York, but also there are people like Kevin and Brian and John Larkin and Alan who know me from the Bay Area. It's like two different identities that you have, you know. One was the youth guru, that horrible statement thing they called me in the newspapers, and the other was the king of comedy in San Francisco.
Yeah, you're a big comedy promoter out here.
Yep.
And it made a big deal out here because that was an up and coming thing around here, and we had a lot of comedy venues, and you promoted that a lot out here.
Yeah.
At the time, Who's Who had to be on your show to be that big in San Francisco.
Yeah. Which put a great deal of pressure on me because, you know, I mean, I didn't want to have comedians on who weren't good, right? And there were a lot of comics I knew who were really nice guys. I liked them a lot, but they just weren't that good. And I always felt bad about having to suddenly say, I'm sorry, but you're just not right for my show, you know? And maybe in the process scuttling their career locally.
Wow.
You know,
yeah.
and that bothered me. I didn't want to be that kind of arbiter. I just wanted to put on a show with the funniest people I could find and have fun with. And, you know, I wasn't out to do, I wasn't out.
I mean, there's a video you on YouTube that goes for, I don't know, 45 minutes or an hour or something, where Robin Williams comes into the studio.
And we don't have a video of that.
I guess
The
there's
audio
a
recording.
picture,
Yeah.
and then there's audio.
Audio. Yeah,
Audio,
they're-
sorry.
well, you can go in any number of places that I have and hear it as well. That version is on YouTube and was put up by somebody who took a photograph that we had of that day, of that morning, and puts
Right.
up the photograph while the audio is running.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It's not a video. It's definitely audio with a picture.
Yeah. So what have you done in the? Have you gotten your shots, John?
I have an appointment.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like I'm the last on the list. I've been looking and looking to see if I can fit myself in somewhere else, but right now I have an appointment for May.
Have you tried? People have said they've tried the pharmacies,
Drugstores.
and drugstores. Yeah, pharmacies, and that they found had better luck getting in fast in the pharmacies. So you might try and keep your appointment, but you might try some of the pharmacies.
Yeah, I
You
will.
know.
I saw a bus down the street at the waterworks. There was actually a big bus, and they had a couple tents there, and they were doing this. I don't know if they're going from maybe the different city companies or something.
What they're doing here is they're going into old people's homes, nursing homes and stuff, and just giving shots. They're going door to door to find seniors to give it to. Yeah, and they've lowered the age here to 35, I think. Another 20. They lowered another 20 years, and Matt Gaetz can give them the shots.
Or his girlfriends too.
In California, they lowered it on yesterday, I guess today, to 50, and in 2 weeks it'll be all adults.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
On the 15th, it'll be 16.
But did
and
you
older.
hear? Did you hear about? Did you hear
Same-
about the
same here,
cluster?
Charlie.
The clusterfuck over at Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah.
25 million bad doses they had to
Put them in the garbage.
put in the garbage. Yeah, yeah.
why didn't they ship them to Russia?
What would you?
The biggest scare for any medical company is recalls. Yeah,
Well, that's not a recall. That's not a recall. They discovered before they went out that they were made badly, or the mixture was wrong, or they didn't put enough Kool-Aid in there, or something. I don't know.
Their QA caught it.
Oh, QA caught it. Yeah.
What's QA?
Quality assurance.
Oh, quality assurance.
Yeah, quality assurance. They'll check all of the documentation before they let that batch out.
Okay.
But that's pretty funny that it actually got out of the company, because usually if something happens like that, you want to keep it pretty quiet. even though you catch it, you're still showing that your process is broken.
Well, 25 million doses taken out of the system. That's.
I thought it was 15 million. but-
Well, it's now 25. The last number I heard.
Okay.
I think J&J has had a number of these kind of problems over the last.
I got a box of
20
Band-Aids,
years,
a
all
box
the
of
time.
Band-Aids that were stale.
Yeah, stuff like that.
You know.
You couldn't stick on, right?
Yeah.
Baby powder gave my ass a rash.
I
so-
know.
Oh, well, isn't that right? That they had to take that off
Give
the
you
market?
cancer.
No, it was
that's
was
right.
it Johnson? It was a
Yeah.
Johnson and Johnson baby powder that they
Yes.
finally said had, like, I don't know, asbestos in it or
Right.
something. Huh?
The talc, I think, is cancer is carcinogenic.
Well, how come we didn't know this 40 years ago when my mother was pouring it
Your
on my
mother-
ass?
Your mother
slapped
didn't
it
have a
on
quality
baby.
control system.
Yeah, why is
That's not
this?
what you put on.
Why is this baby dissolving?
Yeah,
Well,
right.
You
Johnson
know.
Johnson has it rough. I think they're the manufacturer of the name brand Tylenol.
No, I don't think
No?
so. I don't think so. No. No, I wish I had my bottle of Tylenol here. Usually, it's very available. And oh, by the way, I slept on my finger last night,
You slept on
and
your
today
How-
it's
On?
Come again?
I think I slept on my finger because when I woke up this morning, I went to undo a bottle. I was in so much pain, it was ridiculous. You know, I couldn't do it with the finger here. So,
Does
I've-
Marjorie have a
funny,
bad
doesn't it?
finger also?
oh, she has bad everything. You know, she's
That isn't nice.
no. I mean, it's true. She does. She has bad back.
You're probably going to tell us that her farts are nasty at bedtime.
Well, that goes without saying.
Actually,
But so I've been putting Voltaren gel on this. You know.
Oh, I got that.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Ah,
Tylenol. Okay. Does it say Johnson and Johnson on there?
Yes, it does.
Okay. You're right. You're right.
Yep, on the,
But the,
its company is McNeil, which is a division of Johnson and Johnson.
but my question is for Alan. Alan, the Tylenol scare was how many years ago?
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, like 50 years ago.
It was long enough that, you know, I mean, that's when we started getting all those.
Well, they stopped making capsules.
And it wasn't that the
Make it part of
Tylenol
Tylenol.
was bad. It was that people were messing with it because the
Tampering.
bottles were
Yeah,
tamper-proof
the
in
guy
those
was
days.
selling off.
Yeah.
He was manipulating the stock.
Was that was what he was doing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how
They
they caught
poisoned
him.
a bunch of capsules.
That's how they caught him too.
Wow.
My question is, what company produces dude wipes? That's the big question.
Some female-owned company.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Come on,
Hold on
Kevin,
a
you can
second.
help me out here.
Here, do your ad for Dude Wipes.
I think the name was Davis and Jack or something.
The only one I
They're out of
recommend.
business now.
Now, is that for crotch rot?
It's for crotch stank.
You're going to need a huge supply, Alex.
Really?
Don't put it on your forehead.
No.
Yeah, get rid of the. So,
Let's not
Johnson and Johnson
hey, guys,
stopped
cool it. Let's not give John caller's remorse tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they're good. They're good till 2022, so they must be good.
Either that or there's some terrible stuff in there that keeps it lasting that
Yeah,
long.
it's probably got
All
glycol.
plastic.
Yeah, things you can't pronounce.
And they're actually good beyond that date, you know.
You know, why write
Distributed
like-
by Dude Products.
Oh, that explains it. Yeah.
Oh, I wondered. They're coming out with a vaccine too. Dude Products.
Dude. One of the leading pharmaceutical companies in the world.
Yes.
Dude.
Dude.
It's right up there with Shifties.
Yeah.
Or
With
Rexall.
50s.
Oh, Jesus, you don't want me to read the ingredients. It'll probably
No, perhaps
dissolve
not.
everybody's
No.
chonies
No,
right
false.
Well,
now.
thank God the theme is playing. Okay.
Yeah, get us
need
out of
to-
here.
Oh my God, this night was so quick.
First of all,
John,
because
I
you
personally apologize.
Okay, John,
What?
we don't mind if we never see you again. We
no.
understand. We understand.
I hope you
say.
Oh,
promise
it's a personal hygiene.
you'll call us again, okay?
Yes, definitely.
Because you're stuck
Tomorrow
in
would be a good time.
house, so you may as
There's
well.
also ass wipes too.
Yeah.
Ah. It's rid of the stank.
Hey, thank you to Jeff, and thank you to Alan, and thank you to Charlie Wallace, and to Robert, and to our newest caller, John, and to Brian, and to Kevin, and to the other John Larkin, and finally stuck out there in a truck somewhere. Where are you tonight, Steve?
In California.
California.
Barstow.
No, I am at dinner where Interstate 5 meets the Highway 152.
Okay.
You're
152?
right over the hill
Oh,
from
Yeah,
me.
let's go. I'll pick up Bennett.
Party time.
DC
Party.
Anderson's
You're about
right over
50
there.
miles away from me.
Anyway,
Okay.
everybody give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye back at you, okay? There they go, ladies and gentlemen. That is our citizen panel for tonight. We'll launch another one again tomorrow night right here on GabNet. There's one coming right up with Jack Bishop. He's doing The Intersection, and he will be here with your calls on Skype at GabNet Live. I'll see you again tomorrow night. As always, as I say, same station, same time, same station in life. In the meantime, I see I'm really out of it. If you see her, tell her I love her. And by the way, be safe out there. Wear a mask. Good night, everybody.